The world must prepare for a potential coronavirus pandemic. That's the warning from the head of the World Health Organization.
Well, one country certainly feeling some strain is India. The Chief Minister of Delhi is saying the city could have more than 500,000 cases by the end of July. And he says if that happens, there's no guarantee its hospitals will cope.
So one of the really cool things about the prefab ICU that we launched is that it not only serves the short-term challenges with COVID by allowing our customers to segregate the patients that are positive versus the negative ones, but it's actually a self-contained, portable, transportable ICU that can be used beyond the challenge that we're seeing today. It has the capability to transmit, send and receive data, gas pipelines, electricity. It follows all the guidelines, which opens up the opportunity for us to increase access to care no matter where you go in the country. That was one of the big ideas, is that we're trying to move away from serving the big cities, but also creating access in the smaller tier 2, tier 3 cities.
During this pandemic time, we have been struggling with beds, especially ICU bed. And there was a pretty fear for this cardiac patient, because we were not able to differentiate whether they were just plain COVID patient or they were COVID presenting as cardiac symptoms or they were cardiac patient. And I thought, why not start a temporary ICU during this pandemic time. Isolation of each and every patient is very important. Somewhere I had read in one of the paper or somewhere that there is something called as Philips is planning to come up with portable ICU. And then I started getting in touch with Philips people. So then that's how the whole thing started. We were needing extra beds. So to make an ICU per se into the main current in building was going to be a challenge, requiring longer time. So this whole portable ICU is set up in within 2 weeks time, less than 2 weeks I can say. So you can't have an ICU in such a short time and ready to be functional.
Our prefab ICU is extremely diverse. There is an array of solutions that our customers can use beyond the COVID-19 solutions that they're using today, such as dialysis, telemedicine, safe delivery centers, sample for collection centers, and OPD centers as well. So this really hits the heart of the strategy of the company to expand access to care beyond the tier 1 cities.
What I needed was an HVAC system or an individual cabin having its own airflow system, which is what Philips had trying to put up as an USP, that every cubicle has its own airflow or ventilation system. So there should not be any transmission of infection from one cubicle to another, which is possible only when there is an individual cabin ventilation system, which this unit has. the beauty of this portable ICU, wherever you want, you can just install it. You just need a water connection, electricity connection and drainage connection. I thought that is the quickest way. Without wasting time, I can bring an ICU, and an ICU which is nothing less than our ICU which are being put up into our main hospital buildings. Rather, certain features are far better than even my regular ICU. This required, I'm sure, a lot of workup and finer detail to be put into place. A lot of R&D has been done, and with this Philips only with their team could have been possible, and within such a short time can be only done with a lot of teams coming together and bringing the expertise and coming it up. And this is a living example in the middle of South Bombay, and I would suggest that this is a brilliant idea. People or hospital which has space and they are looking for a quick ICU, so set up ICU. They want to take care of patients whether they're COVID or some non-COVID. So I think this is a novel concept.